Hello. So I kind of wanted to do a gear overview of my ARTALE character and kind of my thoughts and talk a little bit about GMS as well. So originally wanted to make this gear video on level 150, but I figured I'd do it now because really nothing is going to change until, well, until like Z helmets and pendants come out, so not a whole lot is going to change, so I figure I might as well do it now at the end of the year. So 147 Priest, let's get into the equipment. I have a pirate hat, 110% scroll, 4 60% scrolls for helmet int. Definitely going to be waiting for a Z helm. So 1 all stat medal. We'll get a 2 all stat medal once 4th job comes out. Lieutenant cape. Lieutenant cape, nothing crazy here. 30 stat overall, so 5 int, 25 luck. Scroll with all 60%. It was a 14 stat originally, so it was 5 int and 9 luck. Shouts to Leo for really selling me this for a really good price. 11 stat glove. It's actually slightly better if you're using Phoenix Swan and below to use a 9 stat level 60 or level 70 glove, but I think in the future 11 stat level 80 or 90 glove will be what you want to use over the 9 stat level 60 and 70 glove, because I don't really need the extra 3 luck other than to equip these gloves. And they're just scrolled with HP because there's not really glove magic attack scrolls in this game. My shoes are 11 stat, 7 int, 1 luck, 3 magic attack. Again, scrolled with shoe speed because there's no shoe magic attack, there's no like chaos scrolls. So just kind of scroll it with whatever. These actually can go to 12 stat, so there are better shoes you can get. It's either the level 70 or level 90 shoe. 11 or 12 stats, which you're aiming for. Belts at 8 stat, 3 int, 5 luck. This is 100%ed with 1 int scroll and 2 luck scrolls. The belt came out with 2 int and 3 luck. I'm really happy I was able to get this. Like, I got really lucky with that. Drops from the Master Dummy Boss at Mulong. Broken glasses, just 100% scroll with int. The 60% were just way too expensive, and I don't really think it's will make that big of a difference. 60%ing, and my 60% luck is atrocious. So I decided just 100% those. Earrings are 25 magic, so 9 int, 16 magic, and these are 2 10% and 3 60%. I bought these. So I originally bought earrings with 3 10%. They were 9 int, 15 magic, and I traded up like an extra 20 mil for these. So yeah, I'm quite happy with these. Definitely could improve, but not anytime soon. My shield is 1 10%, 6 60%. I made this. This is one of the earliest items I actually scrolled myself and made. Pretty happy with this. Definitely going to keep it until maple shields come out and whatnot. And then, last but not least, my weapon. Wow. 119 magic wand. 9 int, 110 magic. Pretty crazy. It's a scroll the same way as the earrings, 2 10% and 3 60%. I've definitely seen better, and I do want to say that the Pyogo mushroom still has the best magic to luck ratio in the game currently, and eventually as more gear come out, I'll definitely want to consider swapping this, especially with like the level 64 maple staff with the int overall. Could definitely beat this setup for sure. And here's my current stats. I'm at plus 71 int, plus 57 luck, so that is, what is that, 128 stats from gear. 26 base luck, so only 22 points invested. And I'm at 921 magic. And I want to say that to be able to two-shot Skellius with Jenny, you need around 980 magic. And I'm going to be gaining 35 magic just straight up from Maple Warrior 10. And then 10 magic from the Yakisoba buffs that you can just buy in the NPC shop here. And with all that combined and leveling up to 150 with an extra 15 points, that should put me at, if my math is correct, 981 magic. So getting to 150 before 4th job should be no problem. I don't expect 4th job to really come out too much, like anytime soon on this game, really. But yeah, ARTALE's been really fun. I have had a lot of motivation continuing to push levels and grinding, even though it's just been Heims ever since like level 100 plus. You just basically train at Dreamy Ghosts forever until Lead Free comes out, because even Deep Sea Aqua I don't believe will be faster for a priest to train at. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that Deep Sea Aqua is faster just for a change up in pace, but I really do think I'll be there until whenever Leaf Free comes out, regardless if 4th job comes out with it or not. But I have lost a little bit of motivation because going for gear upgrades was really fun actually on this game. I never really experienced going for like good gear upgrades like that and really grinding out Miso to buy it. But yeah, ARTALE's definitely not perfect. There's definitely a lot of clunky and lagginess and inputs that like getting eaten that happen a lot. But yeah, if something better comes out in Maple Worlds for an old school experience, I'm definitely gonna check it out. But until then, all we have is ARTALE. And yeah, we'll see how motivated and how much more fun I'll have continuing to play in the future. But that's where I'm at on ARTALE. But I kind of want to talk about GMS a little bit now because I haven't really spoke on GMS a whole lot. My character is still pretty much where I was after the 9-set pitch boss video. The only thing that's really changed is I upgraded my inner ability by like 3% boss damage, so my combat power did go up like 10 million because of that, but in actuality I probably gained only closer to 3 million because it doesn't take into consideration abnormal damage, even though it's the same thing as boss damage. And then it's just event buffs, and I did reroll Hexastat a little bit. I was just going for 8 main stat, managed to get 8 main stat on Hexastat 1, and I managed to get 9 main stat on Hexastat 2. I know I could obviously go for more with how many fragments I have, but I don't think it's really that big of a deal. I think it's fine. I did clear hard limbo after all, and yeah. With where my character's at on this game, I'm perfectly fine and happy, and also I did get a Continuum 5 ring, which I do believe to be much better, especially in Limbo, than ring switching for Bishop. So I even finished that. And my next goal is to really replace this with Total Control, whether I get one as a drop or I slowly build up Miso to buy one. I already have V-Scrolls already prepared for it and everything, so it's just a matter of when I'm going to get one. But yeah, as far as GMS goes, I haven't really been Miso farming, just like the 3k Soul Urda kills per day for the 12 tradable fragments, because it is pretty worth it still in Aurora. I believe they're still 5 mil each. I max Sacred Symbols, so I don't need to do any of those dailies and whatnot. But yeah, I'm just still having fun doing weekly bosses and some events on GMS. Mostly just the events where it's like, okay, log in, kill 1,000 monsters, or the book, which is just like a culvert. So I don't really have any plans on really going hardcore back into GMS. Maybe after the 3rd and 4th Mastery come out, I'll do farming and max those real quick. But for the Soul Urta, I already have all the fragments. But on another note, also like playing as an interactive player and like I guess a streamer of interactive world, I really do kind of feel left out from the community, because the community is the majority of heroic, and I feel like people just don't care about interactive world for the most part, like no matter what it is you do. Like I felt like my post 300 miso grinding really would, you know, really would open the eyes for people, but then again, you know, a lot of people aren't really about miso farming on maplestory anymore. But yeah, interactive world still does have a lot of problems, especially the cubing and whatnot. And for a casual experience and like low play time, it's always going to be better to play Heroic World. And the majority of the player base that play Maple are like daily players, weekly players who will log in, do their dailies, do their weeklies, and log off. And they can improve Interactive World all they want, but Heroic World is always going to be better for those players, in my opinion, which is fine, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I really do hope that they improve the cubing on Interactive World and give us a good miso sync, which I believe at this point the only thing that could happen would be like Magic Wand priced properly for a good miso sync to really improve the price of miso, so that the maple point to miso rate isn't so bad. And I do also want them to improve the RNG element to Heroic World, especially with like the pitch boss, because I actually got an Endless Terror drop like a week ago, and I finally got one. Like the one before that was 3 years ago, so I can only imagine if I was a Heroic player waiting 3 years for a drop, and then you have a very high chance of it blowing up. But yeah, majority of my stream time and play time is going to be spent on ARTALE. I feel a bit more welcome there, and being able to play with, you know, overseas players, like a lot of people from Taiwan play that server, and it's really fun being able to mingle with them in game and talk in game and stuff. So I'm enjoying my ARTALE stay, even though it's not perfect by any means, and I really like, yeah, the potting situation is crazy. But yeah, I still do weekly bosses on GMS, and I still do events, and I'll probably, you know, come back and farm a bit once the 3rd and 4th Mastery come out, and maybe check out Baldrix. I wonder if I'll even be strong enough to be in a party for Baldrix. Guess we'll have to see. But that's where I'm at. Thank you all for watching. Much love, everybody. Happy New Year. And I'm hoping that you enjoy your time. Bye-bye. Got it!